Yahoo announced Tuesday it would eliminate as many as 1,700 jobs in an effort to cut costs. Investors have criticized Yahoo CEO Marissa Mayer for some calling this a last-ditch effort to turn the company around and to keep her job. Roben Farzad is the host of Full Disclosure on NPR One. I mean, the headlines are brutal. They're saying she's laying off 1,700 people to save her own hide.
This is a company that, for lack of a better term, needs to be euthanized. The market actually is saying it's worthless, even though it's worth tens of billions of dollars. Literally all of that value is at stake in the Chinese internet giant Alibaba. When you look at the value of Yahoo, the stub we used to know and love back when we used to modem in 2000 and 2001, that's actually worthless by all accounts right now. So she's under tremendous pressure to offload what I think is 15% of her staff.
All right, so let's talk about the core business of Yahoo. First of all, they have the stake in Alibaba. There was a lot of talk that they were going to spin that off and sell that off. Is that still the plan?
They're still at loggerheads with the tax suits of the United States government. They thought that they'd have a more tax advantageous way of spinning it off. The IRS said, no. Let's talk about that. So actually, the money that investors were expecting to get from that spin-off has been diminished. So at the same time, investors are holding guns to their head saying, while you're deciding that with the government, you need to jettison overhead, staff. You threw a huge Christmas party where she was dressed as like Marie Antoinette, I don't know, Mademoiselle something. And it's a diminishing business. So.
And anybody who goes to a big Christmas party and celebrates, like, you know, it's like Nero fiddling while Rome burns, you know, like there's people who are going to go home and go, how do I make ends meet now that I'm losing my job? What about their mobile platforms and their search business? There was a lot of speculation that they overpaid to drive internet searchers to Yahoo.
They overpaid for everything. They overpaid for Katie Couric. Does anyone know that Katie Couric's taken her show? I mean, I love Katie Couric. God bless Katie Couric. But nobody's watching that on Yahoo or whatever it was, Community. They had to write down the value of taking that show when it was canceled. They've made terrible investments. Tumblr, I mean, who goes straight to Yahoo for internet search anymore? It's a desktop-centric business where Google, by some measures, the most valuable company in the world, and Facebook has already taken all of that business.
Verizon apparently was expressing some interest in going in and taking over Yahoo, buying it. Why is the board not saying to Marissa Mayer, okay, let's really talk seriously about how we save what's left?
Because then what's left at the end of the day? Finally, when you spit out, if it just becomes a glorified holding company for Alibaba, you have to lay off everyone else related to anything that's vestigial Yahoo. And that's just a bitter pill for someone as decorated as Marissa Mayer from Google to swallow.